Hello there, welcome to Xerxez Solution. In our stage 4, we have learned how to design a machine learning model. Then we have also learned how to deploy those models using Django, where we have seen how to how to deploy your classification model and whatever the data we get from the users, how to pass that data or how to store that data in database using PostgreSQL. Even we have seen how to deploy the models using or the model related to regression. In this session, which is a very important concept, in this session, I'm going to teach you how to deploy a deep learning multi-class model using Django. So let's get started. Already in last session, you have seen how to design a multi-class deep learning model. So for the time being, what I will do, let's try to set up the Django framework in the base level. Then we will try to deploy. Already I have deployed it. I'll try to explain how to deploy it. And this code is also I'll try to make available so that you can refer the code and you can implement for different the scenarios or the use cases. So right now, okay, while designing the model, okay, I had created one environment called deep learning. So I'm going to use same deep learning environment while deploying the model. Make sure that whatever the environment you have taken to design your machine learning model, you take the same the environment even while deploying the model. So right now you can see I'm in deep learning model. Okay, so after that what I will do, I'll just try to launch my VS code. So I feel really comfortable while designing the and deploying the models using the VS code. You can go with the spider also. It is also very flexible. So here, okay, what you have to do is first I'll show you how to deploy a basic the framework as far as Django is concerned. Then we'll come to this code later on. Okay, I'll try to explain um, stage by stages, okay, how to deploy the model. First and foremost, go to file. Okay, there is an option called open folder. Hit on open folder. Right now I'm in the desktop. Okay, so here you cannot see the folder. You need to create one folder. Let's say I'll try to create the folder like, let's say, okay, MRI. Okay, MRI demo I'll try to create. Okay, later on I'm going to shift it to this brain tumor. Okay, so I have created my folder. Select this folder. Okay, hit on select folder. Now you will be hover over to this particular console. You are going to get a new console in VS Code where you can see I have the folder name called MRI, and I'm going to write almost all the program which are required for the deployment using MRI folder. Here go to terminal. Okay, there is an option called new terminal. Hit on new terminal. First and foremost, okay, you need to check whether Django is available or not. So if it is not available, you can run, okay, pip install Django. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Pip install Django. Hit it. So in my case, it is already satisfying. That means it is Django is installed. Now after that, we need to create the project. Okay, so how to create the project? To create the project, there is an option called Django -admin start project. Start project. Next, give the name of the project. In my case, I'll try to give the name as the project as MRI demo. Okay, hit it, enter it. Now you can see there one folder got created in the name called MRI demo, which is nothing but your project folder. Where you are going to get your main file. Okay, so this is going to my main file where all the execution will take place. Inside that, the same name, one more folder will get created where you will be having the five different files. Okay, like settings, initial py url, okay, vsgi server, etc. We'll try to talk about this one later. Now once this is created, so you need to create the app, okay, which is very important. As far as modules are concerned, you can design the modules based upon the apps here in Django. So to do that one, I have to enter into that specific location. If you type ls here, go to command prompt and type ls. Okay, you can see right now I'm in MRI demo. I have to get inside that MRI demo. Okay, MRI demo, hit it. So right now I'm in MRI demo. If you run this one, you can see MRI and manage.py. So this is very important whenever you are running any the model. Okay, so make sure that you are in the same location. After this, okay, I have to create the app. To create the app, there is an option called or run the command django admin. Okay, start app. Start app. Let's say I'll try to give the name of the app be first app. Enter it. So the moment when you enter, you can see inside MRI demo, one more folder got created called first app. Understood? Now you can specify as per the modules. If you have, let's say, n number of modules, you can give specific name for that module. Understood? This is how we generally we create the framework using Django. Let me try to clear my command console. Next is okay. Once it is created, go to MRI demo where you are going to have a setting file. Hit on setting file. So right now I'm in setting file here. Since I have created one app here. Understood? So I have to tell my Django that I have created one app. So I'm going to modify some of the things. Okay, so call that app inside installed apps. Okay, so I'm going to call, make sure that don't commit any spelling mistakes while creating the app here, and end this one with the semicolon. Similarly, okay, next is save this. After this, okay, I'm going to use HTML files, okay, in the front end so that I can push the data to my model. Okay, after that, after pushing the data, I have to give that data to the my model and it will process it, and after processing I have to get back the answers. Okay, I have to display on the front end. So that's the reason I'll make use of one folder where I'll try to keep all my HTML file. So to do that one, okay, we need to create one folder. Okay, to create the folder, I'll make use of the command called make directory and create the folder with the name called template. Enter it. So the moment when you hit on this, you can see inside MRI one more folder got created. Okay, so in the name called template. So once the folder is created, so you need to tell the Django that I have created one folder. Okay, and some of the files are available inside that folder, specifically my HTML file. So to do that, there is an option called template here. Okay, inside template there is an option called dir. Okay, so go to dir and give the folder name just like how I have created the same thing you give it. Next, save this. After this, okay, so right click on this template and try to create one new file. So hit on right click and hit on new file. I'll try to give the name of this file be index.html. Okay, so enter it. Now, okay, the moment when you enter this, okay, you are right now in the index.html. Now let's try to, okay, try to copy some of general syntax of my HTML. To do that, I'll try to go to my Google. Okay, next is here type HTML syntax. Okay, so enter it. Next, go to W3 school. You are going to get a simple general syntax format of your syntax. So copy this. Next is go to your index file and paste it over here. Okay, paste it over here. Now just try to modify the page title. So let's say the page type title be tumor prediction. Okay, tumor prediction is going to be my title. Under the page, let's say I want to say the user please upload the tumor, okay, brain tumor image. Okay, so in the same way, I'll try to keep this one as welcome to Xerxez Solution. Okay, welcome to Xerxez Solution. Later on, we can modify this. Okay, solutions. That's it. Save this. Okay, now next after this, since you know, as far as Django is concerned, it works on the principle of MVT model, okay, view and templates. So I have created the file inside the template. Now I have to work on URL as well as the view file. So to do that, so what you have to do is go to MRI demo. okay, inside MRI demo, you can see URL. Okay, hit on this URL. Okay, here there are certain predefined library like path and admin. So here you need to call that first whatever the app you have created. So I'll call that app by using from call first app. Okay, first app. Next, import inside first app. There is an option called view. Okay, so views you call here. Okay, views. After that, I'll try to create one uh, the path where I can redirect whatever the data I'm going to create. I'm going to redirect that one to the my HTML file. So to do that one, use path. Okay, keep this one as blank. So that indicates that this is going to be your default one. Next is call a method called index. Understood? I'll talk about this one. Index, what is index? Index is a function generally we are going to call inside views, and this is available inside views. Understood? Inside view. Next, try to give one name. Let's say the name be index. Okay, so I'll call this one as an index, and this one with a semicolon. That's it, guys. Okay, so this much you have to do it in URL. Now, if you go to first app, okay, the first app. In first app, okay, there is an option called views. So hit on this view. Okay, so here there is nothing. You need to define one function with the name called index. How to define it? There is an option called define. Next, call your function name. In my case, it is index. Next, call request. Okay, you can call path later on. We will try to see. Okay, after that, return this. Return renderer. Okay, so this is generally format we follow. Next is request. Okay, I'm going to return this one with index dot. Okay, index dot html. Okay, index dot html. This is it, guys. Okay, so next let's try to save this and let's try to see whether I'm able to execute my server or not. To do that one, okay, just go to command prompt and just check where exactly you are. I'm in the manage.py file. So here run the command like python, okay, manage.py. Okay, next run server. Run server. Run this one. Okay, so if any the problems are there, means definitely it is going to uh, hit, or let's say it is going to show you. In my case, see index.views name index is not defined, it's showing. Okay, so I need to rectify this. What exactly the problem I'm facing here? Okay, again you go to URL. Let's see what was the problem here. Okay, so here if I check first app is okay, fine, there is no the problem. Okay, so here views are there. Okay, so index is okay for me. Okay, now next is name. Try to call this one with a single quote. Let's see. I'll try to call this one with a single quote index name. Okay, let's see. Okay, whether I'm going to get the proper output on an index. Similarly, you go to view. How I have index is okay for me. Okay, so looks everything fine. Let's try to run this again. Okay, control C you can type again, run that manage.py run server. Again it's showing like index is not defined. Okay, what is the problem here? We need to find out. Generally we face this type of a problems. Okay, here first app is there. I'm importing views, or I can first app import views. Here let's try to give some space here. Okay, here index dot, I think it should be views dot index. Let's try with views. Inside views we have index. Okay, index. Let's try to run this one. Okay, so hit on this. Now you can see perfect. I can run my server. If you are getting this default IP 127.0.0.1, so that means you can run it. But there are certain migrations are required. So let's try to do set those migration. Control C again you type. Next write Python manage. Okay, .py. There is an command called migrate. Okay, hit on migrate. So all I have migrated. Okay, whatever the modifications are required, I have migrated. Now you run the server. Okay, so the moment when you run the server, you are not going to get that option here. Perfect. Okay, and it's clean also. Now control double click on this. So you will be hover over to, okay, this page, main page. and here it's showing like there is some problem with the URL. Okay, name called index it's showing, but main path, understood, some the default path is there, no, so there is something wrong there. We need to rectify. Again, you go to your console here. Next is I think here, okay, I think we should not give any space. So save this, again run it, refresh this, okay, and let's see. Now we can see, please upload the tumor image. You can see I'm able to, okay, I'm able to run my complete Django framework, uh, 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 and I have set everything here. Okay, now next is, after that we need to do more modification based upon our images. Okay, that for that one, what I will do, I'll try to migrate towards my already designed model, and step by step I'll try to explain the things. Well, let's get started. Now let me try to close this. Okay, and let me try to close this also. uh, Now already I have designed this model. Okay, I just wanted to show you how we generally set the framework to deploy any machine learning models. Next, after this, okay, you can see here there is a already designed model, brain tumor. Just like you can convert this one MRI demo to the brain tumor. Okay, you need not to worry this. Once you deploy your Visual Studio, okay, so all the configure you can take. Now the most important here is, okay, you can see there is a model called VGC16 brain.h5. Okay, what you have to do is you go to that exact location where you have created your model. In my case, it is C. Inside C, we have users. Under users, you can see this is Dell. Dell, inside Dell, you can see brain tumor classification. Here I have one H5 model. Okay, it was not working fine. Again, I restarted training the model, and I have given the name as VGC16 because where I have used transfer learning systems. Okay, you can use this MRI Jupyter notebook, and you can retrain your model again. Now what you have to do is just copy this like this, copy like this. Okay, and after copying, go to your brain tumor and paste it over here. Okay, exact location. So in my case it is a .h5, that is vg16.h5, understood. So similarly what you can do, MRI demo. Okay, here MRI, inside MRI, make sure that you should have this manage.py, then only in that location only you just try to paste it. Okay, like this, done. Next is, after this, what you can do is just again you go to Anaconda Navigator. Okay, deep learning environment I have set here. Okay, which is working fine. Again you launch your VS Code just like that. So I'm repeating it, understood. Next, let me try to close this one. This was a previous one, so I don't need this anymore. So close this one. Again you go to file. Okay, open folder, hit on open folder. Now you can see there is another folder just like your MRI demo. Click on this brain tumor, hit on, okay, select folder. Okay, select folder. Here you can see a lot of files here. You can see, okay, I have my model called vgz16 underscore brain.h5. Okay, here same thing, I have created one app called MRI. Okay, inside this one I have Tanzim also. Okay, Tanz app also I have, understood. So two apps I have created so far. Okay, next is we have created one more called media. Okay, media folder, just like our template. You can see template, inside templates I have index. Okay, so in the same way you have to create one more called media. Okay, the folder, let me hover over to my tumor, okay, brain tumor folder. Here you can see there is a media file. Generally this media file is used to save. Suppose, let's say, user is sharing the MRI the image, so I want to store that one somewhere in my server. So that's the reason I'll make use of media folder. I'll create media folder, and whatever the user gives, I'll try to store that one in a, okay, that media folder, so that I can in future I can use those data, okay, to make my model better and better. Okay, Next, if you talk about template is having index just like our the previous the model. Next is after this, okay, what you have to do is, let me try to cross verify. Okay, let's try to go to settings first. Okay, so here you can see settings inside MRI. Okay, we have MRI is nothing but my app here. Okay, tons is a settings. So inside this we have created two the app here, nothing to worry about that, understood. So considered on MRI as well as a Tanzim, which is nothing but the app here. Okay, Tanzim, okay, Tanz is in my main the folder here. Okay, here go to settings, hit on settings. Inside settings, okay, you need to perform same thing here. I have created one app called MRI. Okay, there are two apps here. If you have two apps, you can do it in the same way. Next is after this, next I have created template just like previous session. Next, in the same way, if you go down, okay, so I have created, as I told you, so we need to create one media file also. Okay, so I have created media file, but after creating a folder called media, you need to import this OS. Okay, so that I can work on OS routines for NT and POSIX depending upon the what system we are on. Okay, so after importing, you need to call this media URL. So this gives you the exact location, okay, of my the media where it is located in the folder name I have given. So this is going to be the default. Okay, next, in the same way, we need to give the root also. Okay, root is, this is the method os dot path, okay, dot join, okay, base directory, which is nothing but my base directory where my manage.file contains, understood, base directory, and give the name of your folder. In my case, it is the media file. Okay, so this modification you have to do it, understood. Later on we will try to learn about the static files also when you have a complete template of the website, understood, how to convert that static template into dynamic using Django, and we will try to see how to deploy these models using template. Just you might have seen in AI based applications, web based applications, where the hospitals are using this to predict it, understood. Same thing we can do it using this methods or concept of Django. Next, after this, once this is created, go to URL. Okay, so I think you are familiar with the URLs also. Okay, as far as URL is concerned, I have created index, okay, view dot index comma name as an app I have given here, simple, understood, and I am importing MRI import views here, understood, very simple. In the same way, next is after this, you have to go to views. So you can see inside the app there is an option called views. Hit on this view, and the major work of deployment of your the image, okay, takes place here. Rest of the things will remain as it is here. Okay, let's try to see, as far as image is concerned, when we are training the images, okay, we have used lot of libraries with the versions. Make sure that you use same libraries here in this case also. Okay, if version is changing, miss, there may be a chances you are not going to get the proper result, understood. Now I have used keras, okay, for TensorFlow. Next, I have installed pillow also. Okay, if you want to work with image data, like we need to convert those image color image into grayscale. Next, we have to convert it into array. Okay, next, after converting into array, we have to give that one to the model will predict, understood. Again, I have to convert it into grayscale. After prediction, I have to convert it into RGB. So those things we can do it using the image here. Next, numpy4 to handle the array. Import OS is required. Okay, so to work with the operating system and that libraries, etc. Next, the most important, okay, when you are working with file system storage, since I said I have a folder called media where I'm going to store my images, understood, and I'm going to process those images from those the folders. Okay, there will be a transactions of the images from your local machine to the server, understood, from server to the local machine, so and so forth. To handle those things, we required a file system storage. This is very important. Okay, so whenever you are working with image kind of a file, make sure that you call this library, understood, and this is available inside Django core files storage. Next is, I need to call, obviously I'm going to create one object called media. and I'm going to call that folder that is called the media, and I have already set the URL in the setting page. Next, how to call the model. Okay, since you have stored the model in the same location where your manage.py file is exist, now if you want to call that model, okay, inside your views, so we can make use of keras.models.load model. This is a actual method, okay, which is used to load my model, and within the single code you give the name, exact name with the extension what you have saved it, and I'm going to save the complete data of this model inside the object called model. Now all the data is available inside the model now. Understood? Now the only thing is what you have to do is model all the data is available. Okay, now next I have to take the image from the user, convert it into, okay, grayscale, next arrays. Next, whatever the data is there in the array, okay, you pass it to the model object. It will try to match, okay, and try to match, and it try to classify using the multi label classification. Next is, in my case here, okay, I have used definition. The name of the definition, we make predictions. I'm going to use the path here, okay, request path. From specific path I'm going to fetch the data. Understood? Next is, next what I will, let us imagine that I want to open that file. Let's say user has given some file, so I want to open it. Okay, there is an option called method called open, and this is available inside pil, okay, image. Inside open, this will allow you to open the image. Remember, I'm going to store that one inside the object called image. After, once the image is opened and you have accepted, generally what happen, the pixel size of the image will vary. It keeps on varying. Some images will be very small, some images will be very large. Got one? We need to resize those images. Okay, so in my case, in my model also, okay, while training the model, I have kept the size, pixel size, into 244 comma 244. Same you keep it while deploying also. There is a method called resize which is available. Now I'm calling my image, I'm resizing it to 244 comma 244, and I'm going to store this one inside the object called image underscore d. Next is, once now the image is ready, remember, now I have to convert it, and I have to give it to the my model. Next, if check image is RGB or not, now I have to check whether my image contains is RGB, okay, colorful image. If it is colorful image, I have to convert it into grayscale. Okay, so here I'm going to use the method called if length is equal to numpy array. So I'm going to use numpy, okay, to handle the data structures here. Image D's will be having my image into 244 comma 244, and there is a method called shape. Understood? Less than for you try to have. We'll talk about this one in later. Next, inside this if statement, I'm going to create the object called RGB image. There is a method called image.nif. Understood? So it will accept it. Okay, I am image dot sized image. Okay, it will try to check whether it is an RGB or not. Understood? If it is RGB, okay, I'm going to convert it into, okay, the grayscale. Okay, paste it. Else if it is directly a grayscale, I don't have any problem. Okay, I'm going to store that one in RGB image. Understood? And this will, it is going to return, okay, the image. It is going to convert, okay, your the colorful image to the grayscale image. Now once the grayscale image, remember this is going, I'm going to store this one in RGB image. Now once after converting into grayscale image, so I have to convert the image into numpy arrays. Okay, and we have to reshape it. Okay, so we need to convert it into array data frames. Understood? So to do that, so generally what I will do, I'll try to take that RGB image, numpy array I'll call. So I have RGB image, so which is nothing but in the grayscale format. So after that, okay, I'll try to keep the numpy in the format called floating 64. Understood? So it is going to give a very large amount of the pixels, so that's the reason I'm going to have the float 64. Next is, I'm going to reshape this one. Okay, so since when you are converting into numpy data, again the shape, it is also going to change. Now this, okay, so again I'm going to reshape this one, but remember the now the image will be in the array data frame format. Again I'm going to reshape. So 244 is nothing but my x and y axis. This one is nothing but, okay, for the true do it. Okay, so array. Now 3 is nothing but the depth here. Okay, 3 represent the depth. Now it's time. Now your data is totally, I have done data pre-processing here. okay, of your image. I have converted the complete image into data frame. Now it's time to give the data to your model. Okay, how we can do it? Now I have created one simple object called prediction. Okay, so after creating the prediction model, this object will be having my vgg 16 brain.h5, okay, which is in the data frame format. So I'm calling that object model. Next there is a method called predict. Okay, call predict method, and rgb underscore image will be having your user image in the data frame format. Understood. Now I'm going to predict this one. It is going to give some result, okay, which is in terms of, let's say, four classes. Now I have to segregate this. So while displaying, okay, what I will do, I'll try to set some numpy array predictions. If the prediction is okay, I'm going to store this one in integer format. Okay, I need obviously in integer format 0, 1, 2, 3. Got a point? Integer format. I'm going to store that result in A. If the value of A is 1, so I'm going to display the value result is glycoma tumor. Else if the A value is 2, next I'm going to display as malignant tumor. If it is 3, okay, so I'm going to display as no tumor. If it is okay, if nothing, 1 2 3, okay, so obviously it is 0. In that cases I'm going to display as picture tumor. Understood? And whatever the result I'm going to get, I'm going to return this one inside A. Understood? Hope you are clear. So this one function got okay, so function got end here. This is how we generally do pre-processing. Understood? Now here there is the learning here. So let us imagine that you have n number of classes. Understood? You can make use of this L if okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, like that you can do it, and you can keep on giving the good name of the classes. Now okay, I have written my value where I have written, okay, A return, I have written the A value, okay, of the predictions. Understood? I'm returning it to A. Now after that it is going to store it in the prediction here. Okay, now next is after that uh, I need to do okay some more pre-processing. Now I have to display this one where inside my index. Okay, I have to display this one inside my index. So I have created one index here. Index which is inside the view. This is I'm going to call in the HTML file now. Now okay, I have set the method. Okay, generally we set the method as post here. Okay, request file. Okay, so this is nothing but the name here. We'll talk about this one. Name in HTML, generally we use the attribute called name. So name value of that and this should be same. So that means I'm fetching that data from upload. Okay, I'm uploading it. I'm using the post method. Okay, and here I'm going to put some condition. Let's say there are no images. In that cases I have to send an error message that there is no files are selected. Understood? So no image are selected, or else I'm going to return my index here, request index. If your error is there means I'm going to have a dictionary. I'm going to put that error, which in my case error is nothing but no files selected here. Got a point? In the same way, if files are selected, if files are there means I'm going to have request.files, upload it again. If empty means no file is selected here. Understood? Return it. Okay, return index. Same thing I'm going to do. Okay, again here. Next, upload the image. Okay. Next is here. The learning will start here. Now FFS. Okay, FSS. I have created one object. Understood? To store so that I can store this one where inside the media file. Okay. Now I'm calling one object called file. Okay, FSS. Next is save. There is a method called save which will allow us to save that user image to that media file. Okay, so upload dot name. So whatever I'm getting here, the images, same thing I'm going to upload it. Okay, using the method called name here. Okay, upload it. File URL. Next, okay, so whatever the image is there, I'm going to store this one as a file URL. Okay, next FSS URL. It is going to display me the URL here. Next is prediction. I'm going to create one method called prediction, and I'm going to call the method called make prediction. So in my case, main prediction is nothing but this function. Okay, so I'm calling this function within the function make predictions. Understood? Make predictions. So after calling that function called make prediction, so I'm going to fetch that image where the data is stored. Understood? It is stored inside my media file. and this is a link generally we use os.path.join, and the file will be having my the exact this saved image. Understood? Now this file object will be having my image, and this image is stored inside the directory called media. Okay, I'm fetching that the data. I'm going to give this one to make prediction. So the make prediction will forward that image to this function make prediction. It rescale entire, and it will try to give it to the model, and it will try to predict it. Okay, after predicting it, try to, okay, we try to have the labels here right from 0 to 3. So after that, okay, I'm going to return that value. Understood? So return the value, return render. Okay, request index.html prediction. I'm going to create a key called predict. Understood? And inside that predict will be having this prediction. Okay, so the final result of yours will be stored inside this prediction. Got a point? The prediction. So next is file URL. This is nothing but the file URL here. Understood? And next I'm going to return this whatever is there. So I'm going to return this one to the index file here. Okay, so this is the magic behind the deployment of your models. Understood? In the same way, next we need to learn, in the same way we have to learn how the coding we have done inside the template also. Go to template, index file, click on the index file, have a look on this. So I have created, this is a general syntax I have created, like welcome to Xerxez Solution, please upload the image file here. So after that, okay, show, I'm just displaying this using the header as well as the Python, sorry, a paragraph. Show a file selected field which allow the file to become chosen to upload some content. You can do it. Now the most important learning comes here. Form, you have to create one form. Okay, method is post. Next, encrypted, this is a default one. Okay, encrypted type multi-part that form that you have to follow it. Next is, okay, after that you have to call CSR, okay, CSRF tokens, which will allow you to, okay, or protect your a system from the malwares or the viruses. There may be a chances, okay, someone will try to upload something else. So in that cases, it try to cross rectify, okay, whether the file contains the proper information or not. In that, okay, next is I'm going to create one button. Understood? Okay, so to create a button, I'm going to use input. Type is nothing but my file, and name should be, this name should be upload, and this upload I'm using in our view file also. Okay, if you go through this view file here, there is an option, have a look on this upload. So this upload, from that upload I'm passing that data to this upload. Understood? Like parameter and argument, passing parameter as an argument concept, I'm going to use this. Understood? So I have uploaded. Okay, so right now I'm in index, I guess. Yeah, index file, hold on, let me hit on index again. Okay, upload it. I'm going to accept only these type of formats. Remember, JPG, okay, JPG, PNG, and those format. I'm going to create one button called submit. Okay, type submit, value submit here, form and the form. Now comes the prediction. If you want to predict, see, I have created the key in views. Okay, so my final data will be here. Okay, if you go here, see, there is a key called prediction. So same key I'm going to call where in my HTML. Okay, and this key is having the value called prediction, and this concept is called dictionary concept. I'm going to use dictionary concept here. Okay, predict I'm going to call. Now you, if you go to HTML here, so predict I'm calling it. Got a point? This predict will predict what data, whatever the value you have, it is going to display. In the same way, if you want to display the file, you can use file URL. I think the file URL is nothing but, if you go to views, okay, file URL. So this is the file URL. Okay, so let me copy this and paste file URL. I think let's see whether it is going to work or not. So give file URL here. Understood? And always remember, when you are calling any key or something which is related to Django, generally we call within the double the brackets. Understood? And make sure that you have the spaces here. Now next is, after this is it, guys. Next rest of the things will remain same. Okay, there are nothing to worry about that. So you need to work on views and URLs. That's it. Okay, models, nothing is there. App, we are not going to do anything. Everything it will create for you, and it try to give you. When it comes to database, some modifications you have to do it in model and form, so and so forth. Next is, let me hover over to HTML. Now next is, go to your command prompt, run, okay, Python, okay, first check whether you are in, okay, manage.py. To do that one, hit on ls. Now you can see, right now I'm in the location where I have my manage.py file. Okay, so pip, not pip, Python manage.py, run server. Okay, run server, hit it. So it takes time. Now TensorFlow is also uploaded in your system, so in that cases obviously it is going to take a little time. Okay, let's wait for some wait. Now you can see, okay, once you get this 127.000, that means your model is working. Control this, hit on, double click on this, you will be hover over to, okay, here console. Now you can see, welcome to Xerxez Solution. Okay, next is, please upload the image file here. Okay, I have created choose file. Okay, so let's try to choose some file. Choose file, let me go to my desktop and let's see whether I have. Yes, I have one file. Okay, let's try to give color image brain. Okay, and submit it. The moment when you submit it, try to process and it try to give. See, have a look. This image is type called malignum. Okay, malignoma, a tumor. Understood? I hope you are clear with this. And I'm not going to create more pages, HTML pages. So I'm going to use same index.html page to display my result. Again, let me try to refresh. Choose the file. Now, this time I'll try to take grayscale image. Hit submit it. Okay, and you can see malignum tumor. Understood? So here, this is how we are deploying your uh, multi-class images as far as deep learning system is concerned. There are a lot of things to explore here. In my case, I'm going to give the assignment. I can display the name of my image, but I want to display that exact image. Okay, and want to display the exact image with the result also. Okay, this you take it as an assignment. Okay, and explore this. Understood? The same way, there are certain the problems here, like while setting a equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So I've given different name here. Okay, you need to cross verify those things. Understood? I hope you are clear. If any questions, you can write in the review box. Our representative will get back to you soon. And the most important, please, you try to practice all these three models, like we have learned about classification, we have learned about regression, okay, which is related to numerical data. In this case, I have explained the multi-class deployment of the model using deep learning system. In similarly, I'll try to upload and I'll try to explain how to deploy your binary class models using deep learning system. In next later on session, we'll try to have NLP also. And we have seen in stage 2, okay, how to convert your static website into dynamic using Django. Got a point? You call those things, you deploy your the static template into dynamic one, and you try to implement this small modules related to classification, regression, deep learning, NLP. And like how you keep on working on by taking one simple project. Okay, you can see a lot of changes and what and all you have learned, okay, using this online the courses. Understood? I hope you are clear with the concept. Thank you. Let's try to meet in our next session, where I'm going to discuss about NLP, how to work with the NLP and how to deploy your NLP system. Simultaneously, we'll try to cover segmentation part also. Thank you. Thank you very much.